even watch favorites anymore. I don't know. I feel like 2016 Angie is like, hello, I want to do a current favorites. I haven't filmed one since I did my yearly favorites of 2024. And I just want to talk about some things that I've really been loving as of late. These are going to be some things that I still love. There are going to be some rediscovered favorites that I've rediscovered and I now love, if possible, even more than ever. And it's also going to be some new things. I'm going to pull in a couple of like more lifestyle things as well. And I'm going to be talking about makeup, skincare, fragrances. I even have some books. I have a couple of fashion things that I've realized that I'm really enjoying as of late. I just want to talk about things that I really like. Let me know if you're interested in videos. I mean, if nothing else, I guess the views will let me know if people are interested in videos like this. But I don't know. I kind of miss old school YouTube. I feel like everything right now is just commentary. And I'm not super interested in that. I'm sorry. I'm not. Okay, let me talk about a rediscovered favorite that I have been enjoying again. Something that I really love, and I love it even more now that I am living in a warmer and humid climate, which I'm living in Austin, Texas now. I used to live in Sweden, which of course a little bit more dry, but this is not my first tube of this. And this is the Pixie Glow Mud. I love this one. This mask is this just really amazing, creamy, but not drying mud mask that really just pulls out impurities from your skin, makes your skin feel just smoother and clearer, but also hydrated. Glow Mud is such a good name for this mask, and I have loved this mask for years and years and years and years. I've talked about this on my channel since the beginning of my channel. Absolutely love this one. Cannot recommend it enough. I use it either with my fingers or one of those like skincare spatulas. I know that Sigma Beauty has one. Those are really nice as well. And yeah, I just keep loving this one. It's been a favorite in my collection for a really long time. You don't have to use it all over your face. I usually do it where I have some texture, and usually here, especially in Austin now when I have more of an oily T-zone, I do it on my T-zone. It really just pulls out. It's just wonderful. Absolutely recommend. Another rediscovered favorite, and I've always loved this even since the first time I tried the Rare Beauty bronzer, but I have been loving the Rare Beauty bronzer this, I want to say especially this winter season. I rediscovered it because this is in Power Boost, which is the lightest color. It is what I have today, and I have not been self-tanning anything this year. This season has been, I think I self-tan like once or twice or something for an event, but usually I get quite a lot of tan during the spring and summer, and then I self-tan a little bit through the winter to keep my foundation shade be the same. I will say my foundation is probably a smidge too dark for me today, but it's fine. We're in spring. But this bronzer is a perfect bronzer for me when I've been really embracing, not only because I don't have a tan, but I've been embracing a very faint bronzer. I don't want that super stark line. I don't want to have a lot of bronzer, and this formula is just so beautiful. And look at how much I've used. Are you seeing that? I have used this so much. I love this formula. This is top 3 favorite bronzer, cream bronzer formulas in my collection. I'm almost out. Am I out here panning bronzers? Oh! Panning queen. That's all I have left. That is all I have left. Why is this so shocking to me? Okay, well now you can see this is clearly a favorite. Sometimes with favorites, it doesn't mean that I go through it. You're going to see that with fragrances specifically because I don't use a lot, but I have really been using this as of late. I really, really enjoy it. A new favorite of mine, something that I've been traveling with, something that I use when I just want to have a little bit of, which honestly, I've been doing that quite a lot lately, like quick makeup, especially when I'm traveling. And I have been loving the, what is it actually called? The ColourPop Pretty Fresh Tinted Foundation Stick. Again, I think you can see I've used quite a lot of this one, if I'm going to be honest, and I love this one. This is a perfect shade for me when I don't have a tan. I'm probably going to have to buy a darker one when we get in summer because I've been loving this one. This is so creamy and it doesn't move around. It doesn't get extremely oily, but it also doesn't get dry. It just is so easy to blend out, and I love that you can go sheer with this one or build it up. I have it in light 8. I'm pretty sure this is the darkest light shade, and I might need to get a darker shade for the summer because I'm definitely going to be wanting to travel with this one. What I really like about this one is that I can just draw on a little bit, blend it out with my fingers if I just want to have a super quick one, and this looks so seamless even if you don't use it all over your face, which is what I've been really enjoying with those quick makeup looks. I've been really enjoying this one, and I mean, I mentioned this as a foundation favorite, but I've been really into quick and easy makeup. I know, which is definitely not what I'm sporting today. I did film this look. Wait, I used this palette. This is the Shadowed Petal palette by Unearthly Cosmetics. It is one of their new 9-pan palettes. I don't know if this look is live or not. If it is live, I'll link it down below together with all the products that I'm talking about to the best of my ability. And if not, just know that this look plus a couple of other ones are coming pretty soon on my channel. I don't really have, I'm going to be 1,000,000% honest with you. I don't have any eyeshadow favorites to talk about because every time I'm not filming, I'm using Cinch Beauty samples. I'm gonna be honest with you. Clearly, I'm working on new things for the brand. I don't even know when this one is going live, if I have announced something new or not. Everything is a little bit up in the air, but when it comes to like me outside of YouTube, of course, I'm using Cinch Beauty samples because that's my own brand and I'm trying to, you know, make them as good as possible. Something else that is a fairly newly discovered one, this is the Lancome All Over Concealer. I discovered this one towards the end of last year. I don't know if I mentioned it in yearly favorites or not, but it is such a good concealer. This is a full coverage concealer that is extremely light in texture, but still, like, it is full coverage, but it is light in texture, almost like a serum, but you can still dab it, blend it out a lot and get it be a little bit more sheer. This is one of those concealers that you can wear with a full coverage foundation, but you can also wear it on its own with just a little bit of like under your eyes, dab it out, sheer it out, and it doesn't look overdone. It's a very versatile concealer. It does set down a little bit on its own. I do not need to use a lot of powder with this one. This is not one of those very creamy, like thicker concealers. I know some people that have dry skin, they love concealers like that. This is not that. This will not crease on me. I've been traveling with this one, absolutely love it. I use it in the shade 250. Love this one. I recommended it in the Sephora sale. It just was as well. I just think this is a really beautiful concealer and I still stand by this one, and this has been my favorite concealer when I have not been using my tried and true, the Superstay by Maybelline. Someone said that this is not getting discontinued, it is getting repackaged. Let's hope so, because I love this one too. This is even thinner and it is more of a medium coverage. So this one is also one of my favorites to use when I'm doing a no foundation, just concealer day, which I actually do a lot. And I don't know if you can see here, but I am scraping almost out. Something that I've been loving that I wanted to buy in the Sephora sale because I almost used mine up, but it is sold out. So clearly I'm not the only one loving this. And that is actually, and I have the mini, this is from Freckle. So this is the OG original Freckle, and I have the mini. I bought this on a whim at Sephora, and this is so great. It has like a little, it is like a little tip. The color, the gel consistency of this, and how you can literally just dab this on your finger and it doesn't dry down too quickly because it has a gel consistency, but it's still sheer, but you can build it up. It really does give extremely believable faux freckles. I am not a pro at faux freckles, but even I can make this one work, and I gotta say, this is hyped for a reason. And again, I wanted to buy the full size because I'm almost out of the mini, but it was sold out at Sephora. But as soon as it's back in stock, I'm gonna purchase the full size because I think that product is probably the best. If I'm gonna be 1,000,000% honest, this is the best formulated Freckle product. It's actually like incredibly good. Nobody's gonna be surprised that I say that one of my favorites has been the Huda Beauty. This is, what's it called? Ubi Cream. It is the liquid blush that Huda Beauty came out with. Let me actually add a little bit for the Ubi collection. And as you can see, when it goes on, it looks like crazy. Like, it looks like this is gonna be the worst thing that has ever happened to your cheeks. But there's something about the formulation of these Huda Beauty blushes. They are pigmented, but they are not too pigmented, because I feel like sometimes, like the Rare Beauty blushes, like, they're beautiful, but they're almost too pigmented. You can see this one. It has a little bit of sheerness to it. It also has a little bit of sheen to it, but that is actually a slight amount of pearl or shimmer in this one that makes it look dewy even though it dries down. So this is the perfect blush formulation if you are the kind of person who needs your liquid products to dry down. But look, it looks crazy before it's blended out, but then it looks so believable when it's blended out. There is something about these Huda Beauty liquid blushes. They're just an incredible formulation, but I also will say this Ube one has surprised me the most. Maybe I am into lavender or more cool tone blushes if they're gonna look like this. That looks so good. I am so obsessed with this blush. I cannot keep talking about this blush. Absolutely love it. I mean, I clearly love my own blushes from Cinch Beauty as well. I own my own brand, like I said. So if I use powder blushes, those are the blushes that I use. They're clearly still a favorite. But I gotta say, when I use a liquid blush, it is gonna be the ones from Huda Beauty. I absolutely love them. And if I use a cream blush, these are so good. I wish I could find these in store. These are the cream blushes by Natasha Denona. I have 2 shades. This is the one that's fresh mauve. And it's like a little bit more of almost like a clayey like reddish muted red with a golden peach. Like they say it's a highlighter, but I would say it's more like a dewy blush without shimmer, and then it's a sheer, very shimmery blush because it's still a blush color. And then the other one that is called Simply Shy. Same here. It is more like an almost warm peach, and then it is a very sheer, almost like a warm baby pink with pink shimmer in it. These colors are incredible. They are sheer, they are creamy without being greasy, they don't lift foundation, they build up, they sheer out. It is an absolutely incredible formula. And the only critique I would give is that the colors look too similar, so it's really hard for me. I can't get more colors than this because they all look the same. So I really wish that we could get even more colors of this. Honestly, I wish, and this is something that I wish a lot of brands would do, I wish that sometimes they would almost come out with like mini collections, like what Huda Beauty did with her Iced Out palette. She made a palette and then she made 2 liquid blushes for the collection and I think 1 gloss. Was it 1 gloss? I feel like it was 1 gloss. That's amazing. That's perfect. And I hope that we get the same with Natasha Denona. I really hope that next time she comes out with an eyeshadow palette, or maybe for the fall collection, can we get like a couple of more colors and something that is not a peachy pinky, something a little bit different. I don't know, a lavender, an orange, a brown, a bright red, a tomato red. Like, this formula is so beautiful and I want to get more colors, but I just can't justify getting another color from the selection we have now because they're either too similar to this or too deep for my skin color. So love the formulation, 12 out of 10. Love it. So good. Now we're gonna get into a very specific rediscovery. I've been using this. You know I love ColourPop brands. Forever my favorite. I always love that eyeliner, but in the same formula, there has been an eyeliner. I'm actually wearing this in my waterline today, and this is in Charmer. And this is a very deep, like, aubergine, almost like a blackened aubergine. It has a little bit of like a warm blackened aubergine because it's not cool tone purple in any way, shape, or form. It's like a very warm, deep aubergine. Absolutely stunning. It's beautiful on the waterline. You can even use it and smudge it on your upper lash. These liners, for me, the ColourPop liners, they don't dry out on me. At least these new formulations. None of them have dried out on me. I can put them in my waterline. They're very opaque. They stay in my waterline. And I can also put them as like on my top lid, and I can blend them and smudge them a bit with a small brush. I just think the formulation is incredible. There's no need to pay a lot of money for eyeliners. Just get the ones from ColourPop. With that being said, I do wish that, again, they would come out with maybe a couple of more colors, maybe limited edition, just a few, because there are more colors I would love them to have. They got rid of pretty much all of their brights and their pastels, and I would love for them to come back. I feel like there is a couple of too many shimmers in the line right now, and I would love to see more non-shimmery colors. But this one, the Charmer one, it is so good for all of those like burgundy and purples and smoky looks when you don't want to do black, but you don't want to do like I have it in the waterline. I love it. Charmer, I've been using it so much. 10 out of 10 recommend. If you're ordering from Colourpop, add Charmer. It's so good. And don't shoot me, but I think after trying all of those squeezy tube thingamabobs, do you know which one I like the most? And I almost feel ashamed saying it. Do you know which one I like the most? I think I like the Rode the most. This is beautiful. It is so pillowy on the lips. I feel like the Summer Fridays one is really nice, but this one has a little bit more of thickness to it, which I like. Not sticky, it stays on the lips, it looks incredibly shiny on the lips, and every time I wear it, either in videos or in real life, people ask me, what's on your lips? It has the perfect amount of color, it is a little bit sheer, but not too sheer. It has a bit of a watery balminess to it, but it's not too runny. It stays on the lips, but it's not goopy. I gotta say, I think this is my favorite. I only have one color. I have it in Toast, but I'm gonna get more colors. I like the blush too, but it is a smidgen too dewy for my liking. If you like a dewy blush, it's really beautiful, but I like these more, and I kind of want to get another color. Does it come in red? A sheer red in this formula would be chef's kiss. So I know I'm falling for the hype, but I gotta say, I love the Summer Friday too. I love the Naturium ones. I really like the one from Colourpop, but I think this is my favorite. Don't shoot me. Okay, let's talk about a couple of fragrances. I'm gonna have one that's still a favorite, and then I'm gonna have two that are rediscovered that I've been using so much as of lately, and I know they're gonna be favorite. One of them, and even now that I look at it, it looks like I haven't used it at all. But this is so potent. This is from Marseille. It's called Un Nuit Parisienne, a Parisian night, and it's what I'm wearing today. It is so sexy. This is a spicy chai cup of tea with it almost smells like a very sugary spiced tea with almost like it's giving Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford, but make it a sexy chai spice. But I don't think that any of the notes in here is actually tobacco. But that's what it's giving. It's an even more interesting version of Tobacco Vanille. And the reason why it doesn't look used is because this is so potent. I literally do one spritz and I do this and it lasts all day, all night. It's one of the most unique and sexy fragrances in my collection. If you are looking for a sexy nighttime signature scent, but you don't want to go for any of the typical ones, I cannot recommend this one enough. I absolutely love it. This is date night, this is going out, this is going to a bar. I don't do that much, but going to dinner, all of those things where I'm doing something nighttime, this is the one. Going to events, this is the one. I don't want to say obsessed, but I'm obsessed. They really did something with this one. It is so unique, it is so sexy, and it is so good and so long lasting. I got this one in PR. Marseille gave me an affiliate code. I think it is Angelica. I will make sure to check that up and leave it down below so you can get some money off if you're ordering from Marseille. I think it is valid on the Discovery set as well because they have some other scents and they have some really interesting floral scents as well if you're into florals. But this is my favorite. This is just that sexy chai spice tea leaves. I know I've talked about this a lot, but I gotta say, it's so good. Another fragrance that immediately when I smelled it, I was like, this will be a favorite. And this is a Guava Granita from Ellis Brooklyn. I have been using this one, same here. I haven't been using this for that long. But this one, I got this in, I wanna say as I'm filming this a couple of weeks ago, but I have used this almost every daytime since, if it's nice weather. This is a summer scent. This is a nice weather scent. This is a summer scent. I really love the one they had last year as well. It's called Miami Nectar. That is like a pina colada but a fragrance. This is guava, almond milk, and banana. It is a tropical sweet, but like a little bit more grounded because of the banana. It's not giving that like, it's not giving florals. It is not giving like the tangy pineapple. It's more like a sweeter, almost like an earthy, but still fruity. It's something about the banana with the guava and the almond milk. It's just so good. This is a very sweet, but not girly like summer fragrance, and I know already I am gonna be loving this one for summer. Every day that it's been nice weather, I've been spraying this one. Love it, love it, love it. I think it's so good. Oh, it's so good. This is going to be my summer fragrance this year. I think they made something really incredible with this one, and I'm pretty sure that this comes in a travel spray as well. Next scent that I am absolutely obsessed with is the Vanilla Smoke by Fleur. This was love at first sniff. That's what it was. This is so good. This one actually have pretty decent longevity for being a body spray. So I'm not the kind of person that is a hair and body spray person, but this one is the most unique and the most long-lasting body spray I think I've ever like tried on myself. This one, I love to put this one either with this one or with like a vanilla scent, and I especially like putting this one in my hair and a little bit on my clothes because it lasts even longer then. This is like a sweet fire. It's like a vanilla fire, but all the wood that's burning is blonde woods. It is blonde woods. It is very like charred smoke. It is very smoke forward, but it is also very, very sweet. Someone asked me if I could compare this one to By the Fireplace by Replica, and I would say this one is not as strong as By the Fireplace. Of course, this is a body spray, and this one is sweeter. It's like you took By the Fireplace and you just watered it down a little bit and you made it sweeter, adding the vanilla smoke. I think this is amazing. This is a mini. It comes in a mini. It comes in a big one. 10 out of 10 recommend, especially if you're like me and you don't normally like body sprays, because I feel like all those body sprays, they're either just sugar, 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 marshmallow, sugar, sugar, or they are just like something that disappears instantly. This is unlike any other body spray I've ever tried. Actually, you know what I've been really, really obsessed with? Not this flavor particularly, and it doesn't need, I don't even think that this brand is the only one that does it. Caffeinated water. As a Swede, and if you're a Swede, let me know in the comments if you agree with this, we have a tendency of drinking a lot of coffee. I love coffee and I love caffeine. Like, caffeine is actually not really bad for you. Of course, if caffeine affects you negatively, let's say you get jitters or you can't sleep, then yeah, that definitely don't. But if you don't see any of those negative side effects, there are actually, scientifically speaking, kind of a lot of good side effects with caffeine. And I love being able to get a little pick-me-up or a coffee after lunch, but I have a dormant ulcer and I'm trying to keep that one dormant. And if there's one thing that is affecting, it is coffee. Not the caffeine, but coffee. So caffeinated waters, I also love sparkling water in the US. The one with like taste, different kind of tastes to it. This one is watermelon. Not my absolute favorite, but there are a couple of ones that are really good. Caffeinated water, I don't know what other brands do it, and I really hope I'm going to be able to find it once I go back to Europe. Because I really, really love it, and it fits my lifestyle, and it fits my tummy. And I really love these. I think they're absolutely amazing. If you can find them and you've never tried them, I would definitely recommend them. I definitely would say, just looking at the ingredients, yeah, water, caffeine, and flavor, these are definitely better for you than an energy drink. So these have been something that I've really been enjoying. And if you are the kind of person who don't want to drink too much coffee and you're trying to stay away from energy drinks, but you still want to get some energy, see if you can find any of these. Okay. I am a reader. Actually, speaking of that, this month I haven't really been reading that much because I have been in I don't want to call it a reading slump, but it's been like this week. I haven't been reading that much. But you know, one thing that I didn't think I loved, that I've realized that I just hadn't found the right one for me, is contemporary romance. I've read a couple and they've just been so cringy that I'm like, I can't believe anyone is doing this voluntarily. You know what I've realized that I really like? I like the cowboy ones. Maybe it's the Texas Jihad in me, but I really like that. I think it's entertaining. I think it's something about the lifestyle being so far from what I have, what I ever have had, and to be fair, what I ever want to have. It is almost fantasy. Because like this isn't this isn't real life. This isn't real life to me. It's never been, and I quite honestly never want it to be. But if you also have not been enjoying contemporary romance, or if you want to get a palette cleanse, I definitely, and especially these from Lila Sage, they're so easy to read. They're so like, they're easy to get into, they're easy to read, they're not cringy. Oh my god, the amount of contemporary romances that people have been trying to get me to read where I'm like, I can't do it. But I really enjoy these. I've also really enjoyed Elsie Silver's book, but I really enjoyed the ones from Lila Sage. I will link the series down below, and the fourth part in this series is actually coming out April. I'll link that down below as well. Really recommend this book series. It's just so easy breezy, entertaining, and again, it's not too thick either, so it's not a commitment. And if you're looking for something entertaining to read by the beach or in the garden this summer, I cannot recommend this series enough. If you want to see more book recommendations, I do have a book channel, but I thought that this could be something that, like, if you have not been that much into reading as of late and you just want to have something easy breezy for the summer, I cannot recommend this series enough. Definitely check it out. Okay, quickly, let me get into one particular item of like fashion that I realized that really I love. It fits me, it fits my style. I did have a video recently about like my personal style, how I found my personal style, how it's been developing, and how you can help find your personal style. And I did touch on this briefly, like this type of garment, but not necessarily in the way that I've realized that it fits my style. And that is what I'm actually wearing today, short-sleeved knits. This is a very thin short-sleeved knit, and it has like a beige, like a thin stripe and some buttons. But I've always loved short-sleeved knits, but I think it's this year when I've fully realized what about them I love. I also have this one. Look at this, also has some buttons. This one has buttons all the way down, but this one has a couple of buttons, and look at these colors. These are my colors, but it works with jeans to make it look a little bit more put together. It works with skirts. It works if you like to have it outside, if you like to tuck it in. You can even wear it under a blazer, under a cardigan. You can wear it just on its own. And this one is my absolute favorite. This one I got recently. Look at this color. You've seen this in a bunch of my videos because I keep wearing it. I mean, that's maybe the sign of you really loving something. This one doesn't have any buttons. It is I think this is like a cotton. Oh, this is actually a polyester blend with linen in it. So it's a linen and polyester, but I gotta say they've really taken good advantage of the linen because it feels like a cotton. It feels incredible, and I've worn this probably already like 7 times since I bought it, and I love this one. It is so incredible, and I just realized that I love a really bold like bottom part, bold shoes or a bold skirt or something like that. And sometimes I don't want to go too plain with my top, but I might not want to go too out there either. And I've realized a knitted t-shirt or like a knitted short sleeve top, it gives a little bit of grounding, sophistication, while still not being just a cotton t-shirt. And I absolutely love it. If you have not tried it and next time you see it in store, definitely try it out. If I can find some good ones, I will link them down below. I don't know if any of these are available. I will see if I can find them, but I will link a couple of options down below because it's one of those things that have become a staple in my closet and in my outfits. And maybe it's something that you haven't thought of, that there's such a difference, according to me, on how just a normal sports t-shirt and a knitted t-shirt, how differently they look, how differently they behave, and how differently they elevate an outfit. So definitely check that out. It's been something that I've been really loving. Also, I'm 41 years old. Listen, I was there in the late 90s, early 2000s when we thought that ballerinas, that was the shoe. That was the thing. Everybody was wearing it. Everybody was having it. It was the it shoe. It was the shoe that went with everything. And I absolutely love them with a passion. And then when something is that popular and when you've been wearing it that religiously for that long with every outfit, I was burnt out, okay? I was no more ballerinas for this one, okay? No. And when Miu Miu was bringing them back with that typical like silky ballerina, I was like, absolutely not. Peace out. I'm not doing that because I've been there. And there are some fashions that I'm so excited to see come back. Flare jeans, yes, please. Please. Vests, oh, so excited about waistcoats and vests. I love it. Ballerinas, I didn't need to see her, okay? I didn't, now I'm seeing dresses on top of pants and I'm like, I don't know. I'm not saying, never say never, but that was not the fashion I thought was gonna come back. But I realized that when ballerinas came back, they came back in new styles as well. This one, again, I'm having that like little almost like Western, like you see the Western buckle. I actually even think that these are called the Western, like a Western shoe. And this one also has a higher, you can see it's not like that low cropped, it's going a little higher up. These are suede. These are from Le Monde Brûle, I think that's how you pronounce them, and I think I got mine from My Teresa. If I can find these, I will link them down below. I know they were sold out in a couple of colors, but these are so classy and they are so comfortable. They are so comfortable and they go with, they look so weird here because they're literally just suede, but they go with everything. Skirts, jeans, dress pants, all kinds of silhouettes. And I just really didn't think I was gonna be like, oh my God, ballerina shoes. I didn't think that. But that only goes to show that sometimes when something comes back, it comes back in a version that wasn't popular before. Like these, they're almost like a little, these are almost giving me that because boho is, oh my God, do you remember boho? Boho is having a revival and ballerina shoes are having a revival at the same time. And it's giving this version that wasn't available when they were both popular before. But I like this version better than I liked any of the versions we had before. And I'm very excited. I'm excited to see this like new development of things. And now clogs are back. I remember when clogs were popular last time. And again, I was like, I'm not doing that. And then I saw these from Miu Miu and I'm like, or am I? Or am I? Everything old is new again. But sometimes there are fashions where I'm like, no, I really don't need to see that. But sometimes they come back in a version where we're like, And sometimes things become popular again and you already own it. I'm looking in my closet right now. You already have it in your closet. And you don't need to go out and buy something. Maybe you have ballerina shoes from last time they were popular. I'm telling you right now, those models, the ones with the little bow, they're back. You can bring those out again. They're popular again. If you have espadrilles or even like the boho, you remember the boho shoes with the wedge wooden? Those are back. You have those in your closet, those are back again. The boho frilly like blouses, those are back. So I am so excited to see some of those things come back. I'm seeing paisley come back and I have so much paisley in my closet. I'm wearing them like there's no tomorrow. I'm so excited. Animal prints are back. I love animal prints. So I'm excited. I'm excited about the fashion actually that's popular right now. I don't always feel like that, but right now I'm really loving what's popular right now. But maybe it's because it's stuff that I already own, that I already have. And I'm like, very excited. Denim on denim is back. Oh, I love denim on denim. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're interested in any of these things, I will link them down below in the description box. Let me know what you've been loving as of late. Do you have anything, any trends or fashion things that you've rediscovered? Do you have any books that you've been loving? TV shows? We just started watching Vikings. We've only watched 3 episodes so far, so I can't say if I love it or not, but we finally started watching Vikings. Let me know if you discovered any new fun shows. Let me know if you've rediscovered something in your makeup collection that you've been loving. Would love to hear all about it in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you soon in a new video.